Back, ladies and gentlemen. Iona Radio, talking sports, and then a little later we're gonna have something special. Talk about the struggles of broadcasting life and stuff. So we're gonna talk about the new and improved playoff system in the Major League Baseballs. Just kidding. It's the same crap. But we're gonna start off talking about the Cubs and what they did last night and how it's history, because everybody's calling it history. It was only a 4-run ninth inning.
Well, not like it's never happened before.
Yeah, I know.
I'm not saying history, but I think they're calling it history because the Giants winning it. Like what is it, every 2 years, right?
Anything the Cubs do in the postseason is considered history because of their track record.
Okay, fine. Yes, that you can put that on them. But also, if you take down a team like the Giants, who every 2 years have been winning the World Series, that's pretty cool. That I would consider history. Everything else, yeah, it's because it's the Cubs.
I think everybody wants to see Cub Indians at this point because we haven't seen one of those teams win in like 80 years.
That'd be amazing.
Yeah, but who would you all be rooting for?
I'd be rooting for the Cubbies.
I would be rooting for. You know what? Only because the Indians are such a oddball team. Like the Cubs were projected to win 99 games. They won 103, I think. The Cubs are the best team in baseball in the regular season, and I love I hate to say this to the Chicago Cubs fans, but I love watching them choke. It's one of those things that it's just fun to watch, and I really want to see the Indians not choke.
Yeah, but the lineup with Anthony Rizzo and my lookalike Chris Bryant is not going to choke. Lookalike, yes.
Lookalike. You have to be blind in order to see.
No, but that rotation.
Sorry.
That rotation with Lester, Hendricks, and Arrieta so far, I mean, you're not touching that.
Yeah, but Arrieta hasn't been that great. He went from something huge last year to an average pitcher at best.
Arrieta was better than average this year.
No, he wasn't.
Yes, he was.
No, what? His ERA was inflated. He was not. He was an average pitcher this year.
No, he's not the elite pitcher he was last year. But
no, I think that's going to be considered one of those seasons where you're just like, oh, that happened once in Jake Arrieta's career.
I mean, his highlight so far this year has been his 3-run home run. I mean, nothing on the mound. But that doesn't mean he's been bad.
And the kid Javier Baez on the Cubs has always pulled through at the weirdest times, and so is Wilson Contreras. But Baez with the RBI single, and
he had the monster home run the other day to win the game.
And it's just like he's
they have everything going for them.
They're gonna steamroll until a bigger rock gets in their way. Honestly,
yeah. I mean, you look at the Cubs, projected to be the best team in baseball. They are the best team in baseball right now. Like everyone like is gonna be rooting for them almost, but then I just have a feeling that they're gonna like choke at the end. I feel like that's what always happens. I mean, you had the Warriors this year in the finals, and now the Warriors again. But I mean, let's not get into basketball right now. We're still on baseball, but
the thing is, though, Joe said there's going to be a rock in the Cubs' way. I don't think that rock is either the Dodgers or Nationals.
Oh God, no! It's going to be in the World Series.
The
Cubs
World
are in the World Series.
I think Cubs are definitely in the World Series.
The Dodgers and Nationals, two teams that make the playoffs every year, and then they both choke. It's ridiculous.
Well,
they're lucky they're playing each other.
Look at other than the Giants, because they were 10-0 going into last night in elimination games. Other than the Giants, every team that's in the playoffs in the American League and National League choke a lot. It's the Blue Jays. It was the Red Sox at one point. The turn of the century, they've been, much better. And then the Indians, who are, they're not usually there. Do you remember the Yankees-Indian series? I think that's the last one they won.
A long time ago.
Yeah.
That was a very long
when the
time.
Nats attacked Jabba Chamberlain, and CC Sabathia was still a pitcher for the Indians. That was a good series.
Well, I mean, to me, everyone wants to see that Chicago... Cleveland, I kind of want to see the Chicago-Toronto. I don't know why. I'm kind of like on Toronto's bandwagon right now. I mean, it's just... Sorry to all the Yankee fans, but... I mean, I don't know why. I kind of like Jose Bautista. I mean, he follows me on Twitter, so...
I love
Who doesn't he follow on Twitter?
I know. That was the joke.
I like Jose Bautista, too. But this season has been horrible for him.
But in general, just that team, I mean...
And then he comes... Oh, God, wait. Josh Donaldson.
Josh Donaldson's hitting 500 so far this postseason.
And then Edwin Encarnacion, 3 home runs, 7 RBIs.
That's both leading the postseason so far. I mean,
watch out, Cleveland.
Ridiculous. Donaldson's 9 for 18 so far. Look at those numbers. Ridiculous.
I don't want to see Toronto in the World Series.
And for what reason, though? For what reason?
They're coming out and they're just... During the season they were.
How do you want to see Cleveland in the World Series, though? I understand it's a different team, but like that's not gonna happen.
Do you want to know
why
what?
that's not gonna happen?
If Cleveland, if they do it, then okay, whatever. I'm wrong, but I just feel you have a team like that. You got to give them another year, and then they'll make it to the World Series.
You know what? You know what I love? They're doing this without Michael Brantley. Not only that, but I love the fact that if the Cubs don't make the World Series, and let's say the Indians and the Nationals do, it will be the least watched World Series in like 50 years, and that excites me because when it's the least watched, that's when it turns out to be the most fun, and that was with the Stanley Cup this year too.
Yeah, but remember, LeBron James was turning them up during that division series, so you know.
Oh yeah,
remember,
yeah.
Cavs. Remember, Cleveland Cavaliers won a championship, so now
but
he's uplifting.
So you think
Indians fans
Cleveland
now.
are turning?
Yeah.
Well, I mean, so are you
Other
saying?
than the Browns.
Wait, I was gonna say, are you saying that if LeBron goes to a Cleveland Browns game, they're gonna win the Super Bowl?
No, absolutely not.
It's Cleveland sports have changed so much in the past. I remember there was the death of Cleveland sports, and now there's the revival.
No, but what's sad though is that we all talk in New York. We all talk about Cleveland, how they're like the worst team. Everywhere else, they talk about the Jets as if they're like the
Yeah,
equivalent.
yeah.
So I mean,
the Jets are not. I mean, they have the same. Wait. They have one more win than if you want. And so does Carolina though. So does Carolina.
Yeah. So and like you can represent the same quarterback situation.
Yeah.
But I mean, yeah. I don't know. I just feel as if I don't know. I just don't like teams that usually don't make the playoffs. Like it's cool when they do get to the championship, the final series, but
it's hard to swallow at first.
Well, Toronto's in the ALCS last year too, so it's not like this is something new.
Yeah,
that's
but
what I'm
Cleveland is
saying.
new.
That's what I'm saying. They have experience there too. They know what's the deal. Like I mean, it's against a different team, but they know the surroundings of it, I guess you can say.
So what are we predicting for the championship series, for the AL championship series then?
I'm gonna go Cubs Blue Jays, but
Thank you.
I really want to see the Indians, like I said.
Yeah.
I just don't want to see the Indians. I feel like Cubs Blue Jays, even though everyone's going to be like, like we could have predicted that. I mean, I think that's going to be a fun series. I think it's going to be there's going to be either low scoring games or there's going to be high scoring games. It's going to be back and forth. I feel like you never know with those two because they both have great offenses.
Yeah, and I really like the fact that Big Papi's not in the MLB anymore. And I know that's a little off topic, but oh my God, I got so sick and tired of watching him hit 7 home runs in one series against the New York Yankees.
Typical Yankee fan.
And yes,
Same here.
Yes, but you know what? Let's give him props.
Yeah, he's still one of the biggest names.
Best DH of all time. Okay, he was the best DH of all time.
Does the best DH of all time
I
get
hear
the
a
Hall
little
of Fame?
sarcasm there.
Yeah, no, he is the best DH of all time.
Yeah, but does the best DH of all time get into the Hall of Fame?
No, he
Because
does
Edgar
not.
Martinez did not get in the
He
Hall
does
of
not.
Fame.
Hey,
Are you saying we're gonna have this topic now? Is David Ortiz not making the Hall of Fame
he's
now?
not. He's
No,
not. gonna,
I say he makes the Hall of Fame because he played a lot of first base back in his career.
I think
okay,
he will.
When he played a lot of first base, you know what he was hitting? 140 for the Minnesota Twins. That's
He
what he
played
was
first
doing.
base for the Red Sox.
I
Ever
know.
since he got...
I know.
I hate to say it about Ortiz, but he's a product of his stadium. If he never got to Fenway, he would not be what he
Okay,
is now.
no. He would have been. I'm sorry, but he was in Minnesota, and what was it, the Superdome or Astrodome, or it obviously wasn't the Astrodome.
Whatever,
but
it was ugly back
dome.
then.
He's
It was
built
disgusting.
for Fenway Park.
That was Kirby Puckett Stadium, and then when he died, they got rid of it. Sorry.
No, but two things there. He's built for Fenway Park, like I said, and B, it's the Boston Red Sox. He always has constant
If
protection
he's
around
built
him.
for Fenway, why did he hit as many home runs as he did in Tampa Bay, New York, Toronto?
Well, that goes with what I just said also.
He's built
He's on the Red
for
Sox,
the
and the Red Sox
division.
always have constant protection.
Yeah.
That Red Sox lineup is always phenomenal.
When he had some of his best years, he had no. Remember when they had the downturn with Carl Crawford, Adrian Gonzalez? He had good years then. He had no protection in that
Adrian
lineup.
Gonzalez was a downturn?
How is Adrian Gonzalez a downturn?
What did he do in Boston? He didn't play well in Boston.
Nah, he played pretty well.
No, he didn't play.
He wasn't what he is for the Dodgers and
Yeah.
Padres, but he was good for them.
He was 275 is
Even
not.
if weren't they like trash last year or 2 years ago?
Yeah.
And how did he do then?
He
He still talked about it. He was
Yeah.
still the same.
Yeah. No, and I'm saying
No,
I don't
Poppy,
think he
one of
needs
those years, I don't know
protection.
exactly what year, but he had 240 one of those years. He had a really down year. So,
But how many seasons did he play?
20, 19?
how do you expect him to do like what he always says? It's hard, and it's not like it's just like say if we're doing something, maybe we'll have an off day sometimes. Like I know it's a whole year, but I mean you gotta play that like it has to be into play. Not everyone can do so great every single year.
Well, I'm not going to sit here and defend David Ortiz, this guy who probably most of his career is only good because he took steroids.
Okay.
Sorry, that was never
that's a
true.
shot. That's a shot at him.
Again. Hey, maybe
knows?
he did, maybe he didn't. But you could say that about every player in the MLB right now.
Every sport, really.
You want to know what's funny about the MLB? You want to know what's funny? You could snort cocaine before a game. They don't test you for cocaine. You could snort cocaine before a game, go out on that field, and you could play your heart out, and they will never test you for cocaine. But if you get that deer antler spray because you sprained your ankle and you sprayed that on your leg, you're gone for 60 games. What is that? What is that? I mean, I guess cocaine is a personal choice. I guess it is. Okay, you go to a club, and okay, you could go snort some cocaine. Not advocating that at all. I think it's disgusting. But you can't recover quicker from an injury, but you can snort cocaine. It confuses me. So Big Papi, I think we should look at players in the 30s. Yeah, I think we should look at players in the 30s more commonly saying, "Hey, what did they do to enhance their performance than people now?" Let's move on because Jake's giving me the finger wag.
No, I am not.
Yes, you are.
I'm saying turn your chair, actually.
Oh, turn my chair.
Yeah.
Oh, I'm sorry. Sorry, people. That are watching me on Ustream.
Anyway, moving on to the National League, though. Rich Hill, Max Scherzer, that's your matchup.
Rich Hill. What about their ploy and saying Julio Urias? That's not going to happen. Sorry.
It's not. No, they're trying to trick them. But.
Yeah, it's not. It's you can't even. All right, I'm done with this.
I just don't like that series at all.
No, but going back to the Cub versus whoever they're going to play, it's either A, they play the Nationals, and the Nationals don't get 2 Scherzer starts because of this, or B, they play the Dodgers and they get double Kershaw, and Kershaw's horrible in the playoffs, as we saw again yesterday.
Well, like we just said, no matter what, the Cubs are making the World Series. I mean, look at those two teams. I've never been a big fan of. I mean, I'm a Mets fan, so obviously I'm never a big fan of the Nationals or the Dodgers just to begin with. But even in the playoffs, I mean, I feel like and also the Nationals. I feel like the Nationals are supposed to be like one of the best teams in the MLB,
Yeah, it's ridiculous.
like every year, and then they just either somehow. Well, they didn't win the division last year to the Mets, and then also this year they're just not what they're. I feel like they're not what they were meant to be. Like
The Nationals are just this team that they're boring to watch. I'm sorry.
boring, and then they're supposed to do so well, and they just make the playoffs, and then never make it anymore.
Well, the down year for Bryce Harper. I mean, Daniel Murphy, if he didn't step in, this team might not even made the playoffs.
Yeah, well.
I mean,
Let's
Daniel
realize that now.
and talking about Daniel Murphy, he's ridiculous. The Mets were like, "Oh, it's just a small little bump, so we're not going to re-sign him." And then he goes to Washington.
Okay, but no one expected him.
First of all, why would you trade one of your best players in that Mets organization?
Because they're
Well, I mean, he
Well,
was
Murphy signed as a free agent.
signed.
Yeah.
Still, why
They
can't
didn't
you
go
sign
after
him?
him. Oh, they didn't go.
There was no way.
They didn't go after him simply because of the fact that he was way too much money.
They
for an
should have rewarded
organization
him
that
for what he
wanted-
did in the playoffs
Okay, they
last year.
wanted to
Exactly.
pay him when
That
it's
is why-
necessary.
that's why I'm
The
agreeing
Mets
with
made the World Series.
Who
last
makes
year.
the Mets more money, Daniel Murphy with 2 children and a wife, or Yoenis Cespedes with the Spanish flair and the yellow armbands and the attracting people to stadium, his
Who
personality?
gets the Mets more wins? That's the better question.
They don't.
And
care
I think
about
it's Daniel
wins.
Murphy.
I'm sorry, but
Daniel Murphy's been the most consistent hitter in that organization since he got called up.
Okay, so you're gonna say that I'm sorry, but this Mets organization doesn't. They're a money-centric organization. They are never a big market team.
Okay, but if I talk about the New York Mets over the last, not this year, over the last 5-6 years before that, David Wright, Daniel Murphy. Those are your 2 guys. That's your core on the New York Mets. And you can't get rid of your core.
But you're saying David Wright over
David
the
Wright now, obviously, is not the
over
same
the
player.
past 5 years.
Okay,
David
well,
Wright
here's the
hasn't
annoying
been
thing
same
about the Mets,
player.
though. They go ahead and they let David Murphy go, right?
Yeah.
So they get Neil Walker. He was doing all right in the beginning of the season, like he was good, and then like he had totally just like fell off like the earth and was just terrible. And then what do? They go ahead. Didn't they trade away their second baseman, like the one for the future? I forgot his name.
Justin Herrera.
Yeah.
Yes.
Right.
Yep.
So. Are you kidding? For Jay Bruce, who hasn't even been doing well until, and then he had what? The last 5 games of the season, he does well.
He
Thank
wasn't
you,
doing,
Jay Bruce.
Okay, he
Thank
wasn't doing well because of Terry Collins and the way he met. Terry Collins here.
Terry
first
Collins
week
is
Jay
now the
Bruce-
manager of the
I didn't
20 years because he took him to the World Series.
Wait, hold on. Hi, I'm Terry Collins. Why didn't you pinch run for Jay Bruce? I don't know how fast Jay Bruce is. It's not like he's been in the league for 12 years, and I'm a manager for the New York Mets, and I can't really make proper decisions. And jury's familia, the jury's in. We lost the game. Okay, he needs to. Who doesn't look at the scouting report for the player you just traded for? Are you kidding me? You don't know how fast Jay Bruce is. He's 400 pounds running around those bases, and you're saying you don't know how fast he
Not
is.
400.
He's not 400. He's a great power hitter. He was on my fantasy team. I love Jay Bruce, but you don't know how fast Jay Bruce is. You know what I know? Wilmer Flores is faster than Jay Bruce. That's what I know. And you would have won that game. And that's an important game to win. Okay? Sorry, but that was an important game to win, and it was like 4 weeks before the season ended. It was Terry Collins, man.
I mean, let's just see what the Mets do in the offseason, because, I mean, I think they need their pitchers to be healthy again. That's really it, though.
You know what they're doing in the offseason?
You have to give them credit, though. The fact that they still have some way made the playoffs with all those injuries to their pitchers, and just because they were behind in
They had a horrible first half. They bounced back.
Especially Harvey.
And
too.
there's a lot of good things to say about the Mets, but there are a lot of flaws. Right
Harvey
now.
has been like irrelevant for the past 2 years now. Because
Harvey
DeGrom's in the guard Mets. Harvey needs to step it up if you.
Like, literally, Harvey can go. DeGrom, Syndergaard, Mets, Gesselman.
Yeah, I know.
And, who's the other one? Who am I missing?
No,
I'm missing one.
He has a short name.
Oh, Lugo. Seth Lugo, my bad.
But then also don't forget. I mean, I know he's been dealing with Tommy John for like the past 2 years, but you also have Zach Wheeler. But we don't really know what's going to
That's a Michael Pineda situation.
I mean, you can basically just say this then. If Matt Harvey's not resigning with the Mets, I guess the Yankees have their new pitcher. I mean, that's...
No, thank you.
Don't even need to get him now.
Are you sure? Just watch it happen. Watch it happen. You know they're going to do it for the thrill of...
You know who the Yankees would have gone after, though? Bryce Harper and Jose Fernandez. And now they're not even going after Bryce Harper because they need pitching. And now the open market is literally destroyed.
Well, you have Matt Harvey and Garrett Cole.
I know. It's destroyed.
No, Garrett Cole.
Yeah, but
Garrett Cole will never be on the Yankees because he refused to cut his hair. And oh my God, Brian McCann shaved his beard. Remember when Brian McCann had that neck beard? He had that on Atlanta for so long, and he shaved it for the Yankees.
Well, guess what? He'll be back in Atlanta next year, and he'll bring it back.
Yes, he will. And he had a ginger beard, and he's bald. Brian McCann, you're horrible. Gary Sanchez, you're better.
We're gonna take a break.
hopefully Brian McCann doesn't watch this. Sorry, go ahead.
I don't think he's anywhere near New Rochelle, honestly. So I don't think
you never know.
he's listening. Maybe Brian.
Him in his Jeep.
Brian, Brian, we love you, but you should do some Nair commercials and get that fuzz back on the top of your head. I'm sorry.
We're going to take a break. When we get back, NHL predictions. Dom will make his Stanley Cup pick. You heard ours last week. And we'll be back.
Hasta la luego.